Hello, everybody. Brian here, quantlabs.net. I've been doing a live stream for a good couple of weeks. I'm back to in action now after a quick, planned, temporary, long, drawn out move in a new location. So hopefully, I'll be able to be a lot more frequent putting these content out. I'm right now on a one screen, so I'm going to have some difficulty reading the screen if there's any comments. I have no idea how many people are watching, so bear with me. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention here is good old Bitcoin. It's hit a record. As you can see here, there's a 5-year chart, 69,000, 66,000 and change, and just approaching probably close to 70,000. That's a pretty astounding figure. So we have that. We also have gold hitting an all-time high here, as you can see here, around 2130. Again, 5-year term. Let's see if on the all year, yes. So we're definitely hitting an all-time high since 1948, or since 81, since I guess it's been recorded. But the question is are we entering into a stage where we should start panicking? And my answer is I don't know until I do some analysis here live with all of you. Let me just see what's going on here. No one's online, which is all fine and good. But as it stands right now, okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to show you some of the comparable currencies. I think two currencies standing out right now to hold gold. I'm going to do a year to date just to show you a difference now. So this is going all the way back right here, beginning of the year. So let's do a comparison of two currencies that I think you probably get better performance out of. So if you look at the first one, which is gold and Japanese yen, you can see here you're already pretty close to doubling your return if you held in Japanese yen. Another one we can look at is the Swiss franc, because these are fairly weak currencies right now. As you can see here, it's almost doubled again with the golden Swiss franc. So that tells you what's going on in the market. Now, what's going to happen with the US dollar is another driver of all this. You can see here as it declines, you're right here at about 1%. Now it's down a little bit. So as everything goes up, the dollar's coming down as well. So let me get rid of that. All right, so those are some of the leading big major currencies, but there's one out there I've known about for a long time in Turkish lira, and you can see how fast. Actually, it's not too bad, not so much. But if you were to look at a 5-year, you can see a difference there of 800% over 5 years. 1 year difference, again, you can see it over 96% versus 28%. So four or 5 time return in the lira. As long as that lira keeps falling, you will do well holding gold. Okay, so that's a tip that I can give you. I have talked about that in the past as well. Okay, so now let's talk about crypto. I could probably say the same thing about crypto in terms of what is the best currency or which crypto to have. There's really no consistently strong current crypto coin for the year. I mean, there will be times where if you have Ethereum against Bitcoin, you may find some opportunities outperform, and you can see they're fairly in line. So it's 66% or 70% versus 56%. So there are going to be coins that will outperform. I'm not here to talk about those, but the thing is, should we panic? Let me go back to gold and bring up, let's say, the Nasdaq. I'm going to bring up the CDCFD equivalent. We'll use this one right here. So you can see in gray, right there, 48% over the last year. Year to date, it is up 8.7%. And still, gold's not too bad. If you can handle the volatility, you might be better off if you can handle the dropping lira. That you may want to hold gold in the Turkish lira, because see, it accelerates as panic sets in. Now, the other thing that you may want to pay attention to is the gold silver ratio. This is the best way to measure global risk. It's fairly reliable. And you can see here, funny thing is that the global risk for X gold and silver is not too strong. So as long as the market stays strong, this will stay fairly flat. This can be used as a gauge, but there seems to be no real concern about things so far. But maybe there is a catalyst. People are loading up. There's conspiracy rumors about how people are now loading up in gold, and there's going to be a manipulated kind of crash of somehow. I'm in the firm camp that it would make sense for, if this was true, a conspiracy, the global elites, the Davos crowd would want to crash the stock market. This is where they generate their wealth. If they're going to do it in a predictable manner, fine with gold. I just don't see it. But so far, you can see gold has been accelerating since February 24th. And overall, the markets are still fairly strong. You can see here in this purple. Let me just get rid of some of these. So I'll just clean this up here. So actually, we're looking for in gray. So in gray, we are looking for the purple right here. So it's been trending up pretty good. There's a lot more volatility in it. And compare that to, let's say, a good one. Let me just get rid of, I'll keep those actually. But another good one is USD Japanese yen. It's probably one of the best performing major Forex pairs out there. And let's just see how that's been doing. So you can see here, the Japanese yen, USD Japanese yen is up 5%. So you can compare to gold and USD. The Japanese yen is better to hold, and it's probably more stable as well in price. So these are just things to consider as alternatives if the markets do tank. It may come fast and furious, like they always say. Look at what happened with the Egyptian yesterday. I think it dropped around 40%. Just checking on the. Okay, so we have one person watching. Yeah, so there's not much more to say than that. When you see gold spike like this, especially gold in the Turkish lira, that is something not natural, because I think this is the one pair that a lot of people are not going to talk about, and the insiders will call them. And if that's starting to spike really fast, which you're seeing, maybe they see something we don't, comparatively. So if I look at, let's say, the last month, you can see it just spiking right away. So there is something accelerating in the markets, with gold and the Turkish lira taking off. It's so hard to say what it is, or if there's some kind of catalyst we don't know, or maybe the Turkish lira is more sensitive in terms of global risk. But let me show you. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this one here, the USD Japanese yen. But you can see here that the Nasdaq has struggled, has gone flat. So yeah, you can see here it's in time. It's almost in sync where the Nasdaq did start to fall. That the U.S. The gold and Turkish lira did really take off. So that looks like around the trigger point. So if I load in one more, again, gold and silver, just to time it. So that might be the driving factor. So it's been fairly flat, gold and silver. So there's nothing to be concerned there. But it looks like that's what drove um, the gold in Turkish lira, is with the drop in the Nasdaq 100, and that seems to be kind of timed pretty good. And same, well, it's hard to say, but it definitely with the gold and Turkish lira. So that's the one to watch along with the Nasdaq because, like, to be honest, the ones that are driving the U.S. stock exchange and the U.S. economy are the global Magnificent Seven. Now they say it's down to 5 or 6, with Apple out and another stock, maybe Tesla. But they're still kind of strong. So yeah, do watch that gold and Turkish lira. It looks like, to get a better gauge of how things are working, with the watching at the same time, where both are diverging between Nasdaq 100 and the gold and Turkish lira. Let me see if there's anyone else out there. No. Okay, so I'll wrap it up there. Make sure you get on our other platforms that we mentioned for more conversation, and you can find that in our signature. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and expect more reports to come to you here live on TradingView. Thanks for watching. Over and out.